Guys, shall we start or should we wait for some other time? It's already 11:50. Okay. Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what we have studied in the last class? Remember what we have studied? Yes, what we have studied?
Kelvin Planck statement.
Kelvin Planck statement. What else? Only Kelvin Planck? Shashank? Shashank.
Sir,
So only Kelvin Planck statement we have studied or something else?
same sir. Kelvin Planck
Only Kelvin Planck?
and sir.
Nothing else?
Remaining
Clausius statement.
So we have studied about the Clausius statement. So who are in a position to just give me the hint about what is Kelvin Planck statement of second law and Clausius statement of second law?
Kelvin Planck states the contradicts the first law of thermodynamics. Says that heat loss cannot be equal to the work done.
Exactly. And any other answers? Amit, Anwar, Sihar.
Clausius statement says that without an work input, it is not possible to convert the heat form.
Mhm. Okay. So let me just brush up both the statements and then enter into equivalence of these two. So Kelvin Planck says that, first of all, your Kelvin Planck statement is concerned with the heat engine. Okay. So the application of the Kelvin Planck is on the heat engine, whereas the application of the Clausius statement is on the refrigerator and the heat pump. Okay. So the refrigerator and the heat pump, Clausius statement is valid, and for the heat engines, Kelvin Planck is valid. So Kelvin, both are negative statements. Both are negative statements. So these you have to remember. Both are negative statements in the sense that both of these statements says that is not possible when this is done. Okay. It speaks in a negative aspect. What is that negative aspect? Kelvin Planck says if a heat engine exchanges heat from a single reservoir, if a heat engine exchanges heat from a single reservoir, it cannot produce the work output. So this is your Kelvin Planck statement of second law of thermodynamics. If a heat engine exchanges heat from a single fixed temperature reservoir, then it cannot produce the work output. Okay, the more sophisticated way of saying this is, it is impossible for a heat engine to generate net work output if it exchanges heat from a single fixed temperature reservoir. Okay, so both, the meaning is the same, but the way of saying it differs. That's it. When you say a law, it must be more sophisticated in nature. So that's why they have put in a more attractive English language. That's it. But the core meaning of it is very, very simple. That if an heat engine exchanges heat with a single reservoir, then it cannot produce the network output, which is impossible according to the Kelvin-Planck statement. So Kelvin-Planck statement generally turns down, it disobeys which law of thermodynamics? So according to the first law of thermodynamics, your Q must be equal to W visit. So whatever heat you're supplying, that must be converted into work. Okay. And Kelvin-Planck statement turns down the first law of thermodynamics, says it is invalid. Okay. That's the Clausius statement. Can anyone could give the Clausius statement? That is about the Kelvin-Planck, is it? The Clausius statement. Tawsif Ali, Muhammad Tawsif Ali. Muhammad Amin.
Yes, sir.
So can you give the Clausius statement? What does Clausius say?
Sir, I was in present yesterday.
You are absent yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Niharika. But here it is marked present, Manamin. So I will mark you absent
Yes, sir.
for
Yeah.
yesterday. Okay. And Niharika?
Yesterday, sir.
Hmm?
I was absent yesterday.
Yesterday, in the sense, yesterday we had no class, I guess, right?
I don't know. I didn't check.
Check it, check it. Niharika, can you give the Clausius statement? Niharika?
Yes, sir.
Can you give the Clausius statement? At least what you have understood, I can just say it.
Um,
Okay. Ashwita, can you just give her a hint regarding the Clausius
Impossible to
statement? She did not.
construct a hello.
Yes, yes, Niharika. Continue.
Yeah, so it's impossible to construct a closed device.
Mhm. Closed device, it is impossible. When it is impossible? Why it is impossible?
It produces no effect other than heat.
You are just reading the statement from the Dan Niharika. Not know why. Ashwita, can you help her?
What happens unless and until work is given to a system
Mm-hmm.
and the exchange of heat is not possible from hot to cold in a refrigerator or cold to hot in a
No, no, no,
heat
Ashwita.
engine.
Yes, you are 90% right, but one statement of yours made the entire thing wrong. I will just say it. Niharika, Ashwita, just listen here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if there is an hot reservoir like this and there is a cold reservoir like this, is it? Both of these are two reservoirs. In between, I can place even a heat pump or refrigerator. That is of your choice. So, refrigerator or heat pump are placed. Okay. So, in order to transfer the heat from a hotter region to a colder region like this, okay. Now, what I'm doing, I'm transferring heat from hotter region to the colder region. I need not require any sort of work, but according to the principles of heat transfer, automatically your heat will flow from hotter region to the colder region without any help or aid of work. Just by natural process, it will progress done. Do we need to work for it?
No.
No, right? So when you need to work on the system is, suppose there is a hotter region, suppose there is a colder region, and you have a refrigerator, and you want your heat to pass in a reverse direction. That means you need to extract the heat from the colder region, and you need to provide the heat to a hotter region. So without any work input in such a case, it is impossible for a heat engine to transfer the heat from a lower temperature region to the higher temperature region. If you want to transfer the heat from lower temperature region to the higher temperature, definitely you should work on the system. Got the main? Ashwita, clear?
Yes, sir.
Niharika, can you just repeat? Niharika? Okay. Amrut?
Sir, your voice is lagging.
Okay. So is that problem with everyone or only with Niharika? Is my voice?
Probably my network, sir.
Let me confirm with other people also, because is that problem going on with everyone or only with Niharika? Just confirm that thing.
It's clear here.
Okay. So fine. So these were the Kelvin Planck and the Clausius statements. Now let us look into the equivalence of these two statements, in the sense, if you violate the Kelvin Planck, we have to prove that automatically Clausius statement also violates. On the other hand, if you violate the Clausius statement, you have to prove that automatically your Kelvin Planck statement will be violated. So this is how we establish the equivalence between the two statements. So this particular question is so important, very, very important. The only important question in this particular part of the model is this. As in case of the first law, we had SFEE, right? SFEE was a very important question. As in case of the second law, this is the important question. Okay, let us try to analyze this. This is very simple. The things is your textbooks and all the things will present the content in the most complicated way. That is why every student feels that the subjects are difficult, but the subjects are very, very easy. The thing is, this textbooks and all the university syllabus proclaim that the syllabus is tough and prove that the syllabus is tough all through the semester, but that's not the true fact. Okay, now see, in this particular thing, we shall try to analyze now. Okay. Just by looking at the diagram, can you say what are all there in this? Yes. What are all there? There is a high temperature source. Yes. There is a lower temperature source. What else components are there? Okay, I'll just to mix this one. Now, what are the components are there? Apart from, I said there are two components, which is the lower temperature sink, and a higher temperature source. Apart from these two, there are other two components. What are they?
18.
Hmm? Yes. Mohammed Sihab, Nitin George, Pratish Suvarna.
Yes.
Yes, man. So apart from higher temperature source and lower temperature source, what are the other two components present in this particular flow diagram?
Heat engine.
There is a heat engine. So this particular point is the heat engine. Only heat engine is there.
Heat pump.
What else is there? Omkar, Omkar, Omkar. Nitin George, Nishchit. Yes, Nishchit. If you're tired with the class, just let me know, guys, because it's no meaning in just blabbering at one end. I don't like such way of teaching or taking the class. Okay, it has to be interactive. You must respond. So if you're feeling tired, just let me know. We shall end up the class. We will not take the class itself. Okay, we will have fun within 5 to 15 minutes. Take the attendance and leave. But if I take the class, I expect everyone to be attentive and listen to the class. Yeah. Sagar, what shall we do? Shall continue the class with 28 people, or we should do it in the next class?
So, everyone should tell. That's only I can decide.
No, I did not
To
get
me,
you, Sagar.
it's better we ask everyone, sir. My only
Okay, you give your
opinion.
opinion, man. What's wrong in that?
Okay, sir.
It's a democratic
I,
nation. You can give it.
I feel like
Mhm.
we should continue in the next class, sir.
Okay. What about others?
Yes, sir. Maybe in the next class.
Why, man? All of you are tired today. So much tired. Hmm? Full of drowsiness, mouth full of drowsiness in your voice.
All are busy doing their synopsis.
All are busy doing their synapses. So
Yes, sir.
synapses
Pulling off
presented.
all-nighters.
Okay. So synapses is being presented to your department already.
It's going on.
It's going on. Okay. So do a good project, man. Making up a good project is so important. I can give you my own example also because of my just final year project. Even my scores were low, around 72 to 73%, but I was managed to get into 4 companies when at the end of my engineering. Uh, One was Tech Mahindra, the second was the JSW Steels, third was the Rice Tech Machineries, and the fourth was Phoenix. So all the 4 companies just focused on the final year project, what we have done, what I have done, and they were discussing the same thing during my engineering day. So it's so important that you do a good project, okay? Because that is all you'll be having, right? Engineering degree will be with everyone. Okay, nowadays all of you will be having around 3 to 4 course certificates with you. Okay, but the certification is a different thing, but final year projects plays a really uh, good impact in impressing your interviewer. Okay. Just have that thing in your mind and do a good project. Give the attendance, man. Abdul Rahman,
Present, sir.
Abhinav, Adarsh,
Present, sir.
Channel is not permitted. Appraisal. Akshay Kutia. Amitesh Lahari.
Present, sir.
Ashwin K.
Present, sir.
Ashwita.
Present.
Present, sir.
Chandan C. Just stay till I do not leave the meeting. Just stay till I end the session, okay? Because it's being recorded. Fahad.
Yes, sir.
Fahad is there. Fahad, were you absent for the last few classes? You not absent for whole.
Sir, like I was traveling, sir. I was going to my mom's dad's place.
Traveling in the sense it's around 8 to 9 classes you have missed, Fahad.
Yes, sir. I had to travel like that. I had been to my mom's place, so I couldn't attend classes, sir.
Okay, okay. Take care, update your notes, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Update with the concepts. If not the notes, also concepts are important. Poison.
Sure, sir.
Gaurav. Gautam. Javel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And Karthik. Fasil. Muhammad Fasil. Muhammad Sihab.
Present, sir.
Don't know the answer also, Sihab. Try to respond, man, because it feels really awkward when someone don't respond and keep their mouth shut. Okay? Don't do it.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
Just respond.
Okay.
Muhammad Tawsif Ali.
Present, sir.
Us. Jens Suraj.
Present, sir.
Nafa. Namita. Sandesh.
Present, sir.
Arpan.
Present, sir.
What about you, man? You around 4 to 5 classes, not 4 to 5, man. You also around same thing. 9 classes you have missed. Why not?
Sir, network issues, sir. Today I came back to here, so network was not there at the village.
Okay. So have you informed the same thing to a class advisor and noted
I'll
this?
inform today, sir.
Inform, and again
In
you should
between, I
not.
have attended many classes, sir, but it was getting exit from your class. I have attended many classes.
Okay, fine. So whatever it is, just inform and keep yourself safe, man. Don't get into
Yes, sir.
unnecessary troubles at the last.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Harika.
Present, sir.
Mr.
Present, sir.
George.
Present, sir.
Omkar. Prarthan Jain. Satish Suvarna.
Present.
Rajat.
Present, sir.
Akshan K. Ramdas. Ranjit. Shabbat. Sagar.
Present, sir.
Hazad Abdullah. Shashank.
Present, sir.
Shakti Sujay.
Present, sir.
Tejas.
Present, sir.
Aman Kumar.
Present, sir.
Saurabha. Suman,
Present, sir.
Varun, Vigneshwara, Amit Sangol,
Yes, sir. Present, sir.
Nilesh,
Present, sir.
Prajwal Hekate,
Present, sir.
Desh, Rohan, Varun, Adarsh P, Muhammad Amin,
Yes, sir. Present.
Numan.
Present, sir.
Okay, guys, work on your synopsis. Okay. All the best for your synopsis, projects, and all very, very important for your future. So, come up with a good projects, man. Okay. All the best. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, just a question.
Yes, Ashwita.
Uh, if you don't mind me asking, so which project did you work on?
I worked in an industry actually. My graduation was from BITM, which is Bellary Institute of Technology and Management, which is a college in Motherland. And it is very much near to our industry, JSW Steels Limited. So I worked on vibration monitoring of the wire rod mills. So wire rod mills will be there, right? Where your bullet piece will be just converted or reduced stage by stage to a wires. Okay. So my project was on a topic like what is the maximum production can be done. That means you can just, if there is a 10 mm wire, you can reduce it to 6 mm wire or 3 mm wire at a single stretch. Okay, what is that maximum reduction that can be done without causing the vibration? So that was my question. So for that, we have done analysis, worked around 6 to 7 months in that industry and gave a report to them as well as for the college and finished the project. Yeah. To work on a good project, it's very, very important. Okay?
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All the best.